Alright, you should be live. So, hi. You know what to do. Let's go.
Hello, robots.
And exposition. Is this the level where you have to fly to the 4 things? I think it is. Like the 4 cannon modules. Or whatever they were. Wanna hit up the cafeteria.
Fate of the world is at stake, but I'm hungry.
Indeed. I'm a growing girl, man.
I eat.
I love this scene. Something we can't help but wonder.
Because this is anime land.
Pretty much. What do you mean, how cruel? It's an honest question.
Balua had like such a how dare you ask that. Vistani had the right reaction. Stand up for yourself. You don't like the question? Bam! Shut up!
Pretty much. He did ask.
She has tough problems to deal with, like the fact that she'll never be able to eat that much food.
Indeed.
Some people can just maintain a figure forever. Forever. That's it. Forever.
Oh, look, Seed.
No! I minimized the stream for a moment.
Oh, it's like absolutely nothing happened for 3 straight seconds.
Pretty much. And
I know,
yeah,
right?
this is the canon level. Okay.
It's like I was never gone.
Pretty much.
Is it aiming
Yeah.
at the Earth? Probably.
This is the Genesis canon, right?
No, it's aiming at the fucking sun.
Oh, hi, Starman. What's up?
Hello, Starman. We are doing thing. It's cool. I'm going to host you. I should do that. Not that it really matters, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Cool.
Excuse me, that was disgusting.
Yeah, but I'm disgusting, so it doesn't matter much.
No. The fact that he excused himself does matter.
You really need to remember to adjust the pilot point thing.
Yes.
Why would you tell him that?
What do you mean, seed hype, Starman?
Starman's a moron. Next.
Like, Seed's not even in this stage. Like, or at least I don't think it is.
AG.
Indeed.
Yeah, I didn't tell him it. He has it on his channel.
Yeah. I did that specifically to remind myself.
It didn't work, did it?
No, it worked.
Oh, good.
He claims.
It did.
Well, it did make me read it out loud because I'm tired.
I would use Alan B and or Rain, but they're not upgraded, so...
I get weird when I'm tired. For some reason your chat is refusing to load properly. Let me try this again.
That's strange.
That's Twitch.
Yeah, it is.
Kinda.
Hitbox works a little better, but
Personally.
there it goes. Pop
And
up
we
chat.
need Drake, yes. So, yeah, that looks good to me. I like that.
I pop out the chat and it still takes a little while to load. I got it. So while we're roboting, or getting your robots, out of that pretty diamond,
Yeah.
any news or fun happenings to share, anyone?
Not really.
Wow, that's boring.
I know, right? Well, we are doing that large group activity tomorrow, there's that.
Oh yeah, you wanna fill everyone in on that, or?
Someone else do it. Lazy. You know what?
Oh, hey,
yes,
I'm doing
Julia,
spreadsheets.
use love just so you get the movement bonus. Because I'm not gonna use you anyway. And even that's not enough. God damn you, Julia, why are you even a thing?
So what were you saying, Rayo?
I've got spreadsheets, you explain it.
Oh, okay. Alright, so... DS, you like you Spider-Man, right?
Last I checked.
Yeah, so there have been many Spider-Man games, and most of them are god-awful.
Sadly.
But pizza time.
Yeah. Sadly, we will not be playing one of the awful ones tomorrow, but he will be playing one of the good ones, which in its own way is acceptable. We don't get to watch him suffer, which is sad. I mean, we could make him play like the Spider-Man 3 game. They would die.
But you can do belly flops.
Thing is, the video game of Spider-Man 3 wasn't terrible. It's just the movie itself was.
Yeah, and the game would remind you of it, and that would make you watch that too.
Oh god.
And
Let's not.
and
Yeah,
let's
let's
not forget the models.
Although the thing, like, this might sound like blasphemy, but Amazing Spider-Man 2 is way worse than Spider-Man 3.
No, pretty much everyone realizes this.
Okay, good.
Like it was abysmal. Like Spider-Man 3 was a movie that could have been good, but apparently executive meddling killed it. Like,
Yeah,
really,
because
really hard.
the executives really were they were like, if you don't put Venom in it, you don't get to make it. And originally, Sam Raimi wanted the whole movie to be about Sandman, which that would have been awesome if it were all about him.
Yeah, because it originally was, you know, turning up to be that way, and it was seeming pretty cool. They had some decent development going with Sandman at first, and then it jumped away because, like, there was, like, no control whatsoever. He basically had no control over the movie because, sure, he was allowed to do whatever he wanted with the movie, so long as it also included what the other people wanted, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, that's not really control, it's like fake control, and it ruined the movie.
Basically.
And some people wonder if he ruined the movie on purpose.
Maybe. I mean, it's a possibility.
I don't think he did, though, but I don't know.
Like, I think he did try, but he really didn't have much to work with. That said, though, what's funny is that most people are like, I knew the movie sucked as soon as I saw Dancing Parker. To me, that was one of the only decent moments, because at least it was funny.
Look, Symbiote Parker was the best thing in that movie.
Well, he was your favorite thing in the cartoon, too.
Okay, the thing is, in the cartoon, he was going to brutalize a motherfucker.
Yeah, he was.
Here, it's just because it's goofy.
Yeah, it was goofy, and, friggin'... Like, it was acted out really well. Like, yeah, it was, like, really goofy and cringeworthy, but it was supposed to be goofy and cringeworthy. Like, I'm pretty sure if there was a Spider-Man 4 that focused all on Venom and stuff like that, it would probably have stuff like that in it, too.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's what happens when you take that version of Peter Parker and...
Give him power.
Yeah. Well, you know...
Confidence, power.
And a bad attitude.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, basically, I always said the movie's main problem is that it's too jumbled. It really
Well-
needed to have a defocus and stick to it.
Yeah, and it couldn't. It could not have any focus whatsoever.
Yep.
It was not allowed.
Like, maybe, I would have preferred it had all been Sandman, but it might have also worked if it had just been Sandman and New Goblin, maybe.
But it was Sandman, New Goblin, and Venom.
Yeah, which makes the movie a complete clusterfuck, and it
And then
sucks.
Venom was broken because, like, who Venom was and was supposed to be changed.
Yeah,
I
they
believe.
ruined him.
Yeah, and it's because you didn't even want Venom in the movie in the first place. You basically had to throw him in,
Yep.
and it's just like, ugh.
What's
I mean, they
funny,
could-
go on.
I was just gonna say is they could have had the symbiote, right? But they could have just done Venom as a teaser, like he finally gets rid of the symbiote and casts it off and everything, and
And
then
then, like, you see the symbiote
Like, yeah.
covering Eddie Brock, yeah.
yeah, after credit scene.
Yeah, they could have done that, too.
And it would have helped a lot because there would have been a lot more time to focus on everything else without just suddenly, hey, look, Venom.
Yeah, pretty much. During, like, the last, 10 minutes of the movie.
Yes, that. Yeah, but no, it's just it could have been a good movie. And the thing is, a lot of people are like, oh, the people bring up, like, I think, what was it, the train scene or whatever?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was bad at all. I'm not sure what the problem with that was.
Wait,
Me neither, because they had already kind of done a scene similar to it in Spider-Man 2, and everyone seemed to like it there.
No,
Well,
hold
maybe
on.
that's why.
Now, when you say train scene, do you mean when he smeared Sandman's face into it?
No.
Okay, because that was actually a pretty good moment.
I mean, when he was stopping the train.
Yeah. Well, do it once. Yeah, second time around you get used to it.
Yeah, kind of. But he did it in a different way, and I think the key thing was that he did it without the mask on.
Yeah.
Like, that was why the scene was supposed to be special. And I think maybe people were like, Toby face. And it's like, well, I don't know. I always thought that the faces Tobey Maguire makes were, like, they fit the character that was being portrayed, and B, they felt very natural in that sense.
Oh, hi, Skeeth. We're just talking about Spider-Man.
And even if you find them goofy, can't you just enjoy that?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get why... This is also something that confused me about the Batman films, too. Why does every superhero movie need to be ultra serious? Why can't it be fun?
Yeah, especially considering Spider-Man is, like, the absolute best, or not, well, it's not the best, but out of all, like, the popular superheroes, it's the best outlet for that.
Yeah.
So, why... I mean, yeah, I can definitely understand people who are like, the Tobey Maguire Parker isn't actually Peter Parker, because Peter Parker isn't that. He's not some weird, wimpy social outcast that has no confidence or anything.
Yeah.
He's a social outcast that is really snarky, generally. But the thing is, he sort of grew into that when he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So instead of having someone that's always snarky, but then Spider-Man gives him the power to back it up, now it's someone that, keeps it all inside, basically, because he doesn't have the confidence. But now that he has the power and everything, it starts to come out, and it shows even in, like, his normal life.
Yeah, and I was fine with that, because what a lot of people seem to forget is that's how it was in the cartoon as well, which is, whether you like it or not, that's something the Sam Raimi films drew a lot of inspiration off of.
Yep.
So...
It's just a lot of people who are, comic purists. But the majority of people that really like the comics didn't have a problem with the portrayal. The only thing they really have a problem with is, this is how Peter Parker is. It's how he always has been. And like, no.
Like, it's a better portrayal, at least, than the fucking Amazing Spider-Man portrayal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Look, man, I gotta steal from people.
Yeah. Let's make him a fucking thief. That ought to help.
Yeah, straight up, I never saw any of the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
You're not missing.
Good.
You're really not missing anything.
I mean, I heard the first one was, like, a success,
It was.
and the second one was abysmal.
Yeah, the second one, horrible. Jesus Christ.
I almost want to see it just so I can figure out how horrible it is, because, like, with Spider-Man 3, like, at first I kind of liked it simply because of the fact that I saw it had potential. I saw past the crap. But it's not good. It could have been good. It's not. But it's just like, is Amazing Spider-Man 2, like, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So why don't you tell me why it's so bad?
It's Spider-Man 3, but worse.
So all the same problems as Spider-Man 3?
Yeah, I'm serious. They did not learn a damn thing from Spider-Man
Minus the
3.
potential.
Yeah, they didn't learn a single fucking thing. They made all
So-
the same mistakes.
Yeah, well, basically they made all the same mistakes, but they weren't crushing someone else's dreams to make it, necessarily.
Pretty much.
Or they could have been, but that person rolled over because they didn't, unstoppable onslaught of Sony executives.
Pretty much.
Well, the best thing that came out of Amazing Spider-Man 2 was?
What?
The fact that Sony finally dumped Spider-Man back on Marvel.
Yeah. Like, I remember, one picture I really liked was, I think it was on Twitter where someone was like, this is how the next Spider-Man reboot's, how it really went down. Hey, Parker, we have money. Oh, thank God!
Kinda.
Hey, Parker, they got the real Jameson back.
Yeah. I don't care what you say, the Jameson they got for the Sam Raimi films was fucking awesome.
Well, because he was identical to friggin' Jameson's design. Like, it
Well,
looked
that
like...
actor
They...
can,
Huh?
that actor can look like fucking anybody.
Well, yeah, but still. Just the way he was done, like, they took absolutely no liberties with it. They're like, let's just cut and paste him.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, with a personality that cartoonish, you can't...
Yeah.
You have to be accurate.
You've crashed the stage. Oh, Skeeth. That's an interesting tidbit. Huh. And also, Skeeth, yeah, Overman King Gainer, I love that show. I saw it with my buddy Nico. It was pretty sweet. Oh, there are two bosses right next to us. That's great. That's nice. Well, actually, no. There's only one boss. This is the boss. Who the fuck is this guy? Just a grunt?
A Grant
Grant.
specialized mech.
Yeah. Okay, why is this one more accurate? Fuck it. And I miss anyway.
Oh,
Alright.
that's because he wasn't on the space station, which reduces your evasion by like 20%.
Well,
Gives him a defense bonus though.
yeah, listen. And yet I hit with the less accurate Argo. That's great.
And fuck Argo though.
But yeah, the Spider-Man movie's history is very interesting.
Yeah. So let's deal with Amazing Spider-Man 1. I get that 2 was just like a pile of crap, but I never saw...
My problem with 1, like, there's a lot of things I could nitpick, but if I had to give my personal biggest disagreement with it, it's I did not like how they portrayed Peter Parker. He is a douche. Like, straight up, start to finish. And it just bothered me throughout the entire film. I was like, this is so not how this should be, especially as an origin story.
Well, look, man, Parker's always been a thieving, edgy douche.
Yeah, like, they make him a fucking thief, and I'm like, that is so not correct. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, Peter Parker, like, and there have been definitely plenty of comic adaptations where he was a douche, but that was only because he was an outcast, and he was, you know, feeling pretty pissed about that.
So hey, you want bonus points? Parker's
Yeah.
also a fucking moron.
Yeah, that too. In the Amazing film.
Yeah, the kid who's
Fantastic.
practically a fucking genius is a moron there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fun.
So, yeah. That's
Fucking
just,
nailed it though.
that was my biggest thing. Like I said, you could make a lot of things wrong with it, but that was my big deal breaker. That's why I didn't like the film, for the most part. Yeah. But yeah, like, let me put it this way. Pretty much everyone liked about the film, I was like, this is stupid. Like, I know how that sounds, but that's kind of how it went.
Like, for once. For fucking once. DS doesn't hate it just to be arbitrary.
Yeah.
Just this once.
Oh, fuck, move. Why?
What about Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 3 I hated for a lot of reasons. Oh, yeah. God damn it. Lasner, really? You couldn't kill him? Fuck.
That's Lasner for you. He's amazing, except sometimes you just can't kill things. Usually you can.
This is how you do it, Lasner.
You forgot. Give him a break.
Not the best of circumstances, what with us at full HP.
But yeah, like, for example, everyone praised the new Spidey outfit, right? I don't like it. I really don't like how it looks.
I didn't even realize they really changed it.
They did. They gave it like this weird swirling motif, right? And for some reason the web shooters are circular and are on the outside of his wrists. Which
Well, that's because he stole them.
yeah, which you know you'd think that'd get in the way, but it was fine, I guess, for a while. Like a lot of people, like I remember when they brought the classic Spidey costume back for Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like fans were outraged. They were like, no. Bring back the other outfit, and I'm like, why would they do that?
So, let's see. Amazing Spider-Man. Trying to find a good picture. This looks a little battle damaged, but okay. Yeah, why does he have the swirls on his yeah, it looks weird.
Yeah.
And why does the red part on his chest like straight up point towards his dick?
I don't know. It does.
Because he is a dick.
Yeah,
Oh,
I guess that's
that
true
makes
too.
sense. Oh, this is an interesting thing someone has said. It's completely unrelated to everything, but I think some people here can appreciate this. They're like, can't say this properly, because they're posting it on a big sequence of things on Twitter. They said, can't say this properly due to character limit, but this whole don't ever use X word thing on the internet really pisses me off. By putting such blanket restrictions on language, you ignore the concept of context, therefore pissing all over the subtlety of conversation. Quit trying to limit language in general. You are not smart enough to decide what everybody should or shouldn't be saying. We've got this amazing communication tool, the internet, and here we are trying to limit bloody speech on it. Piss off. It's an essential adult skill to learn how to read or hear opinions that upset you and separate them from personal attacks. What do you think?
Depends on context.
Exactly.
I just don't think we should ever say rutabaga, you know?
I mean, that's just unseemly.
It's
kind of a
sketch.
Well, I mean, you know, context permitting, but it is odd.
It's a civility issue.
But yeah, the whole point of the rant was basically the fact that you used your brain and decided, hey, context matters. So therefore, the ranting speech is a rousing success.
Guess so.
But yeah, I agree. I think it's a little too ranty. But I can sort of appreciate the general message behind it.
Yeah.
I don't know, you're offending my Tumblr sensibilities.
Even Tumblr is starting to hate Tumblr now.
Yeah, it took them long enough.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the reason is because, like, the sort of, like, easily offended Tumblr that where everyone, you know, just jumps on things without thinking. You know, that's the rather large section of Tumblr that's, like, in the 13 to 16 range.
Yeah.
So they're starting to grow up now, and that's basically why Tumblr is starting to flop on itself.
Kinda.
And that's to be expected. Like, you know, that part of Tumblr is really annoying, but it's like when you step back and think, those are probably teenagers, it all makes sense.
I don't know, I wasn't that fucking stupid as a teen.
No, but a lot are.
I guess.
Like, I don't like to be, like, you know, super generalizing, but a lot of people tend to be kind of dumb when they're teenagers. Just in different, it manifests in different ways. I mean, we were pretty dumb as teenagers. Not in that way. Not anywhere near that way, but...
When VMAXs are on tires, your friend. Yeah. Oh my god, look, I can actually use this. It's not gonna
Hey,
hit
look,
anything,
it's-
but I can do it.
Hey look,
Oh,
it's still
God.
shit and does no damage.
Yeah.
So, but I got to use it, and that's what matters.
It doesn't matter at all. It's the fucking
Maturity.
Archangel.
Charity is good. That's all.
Shame we won't find it in Seed.
Yeah. Just gonna
Seed.
soak up the
Seed matured into a beautiful pile of garbage.
I don't know, I wouldn't call it beautiful.
God damn it.
Well, it's so bad that, you know, we get to make fun of it forever.
Yeah, really, I'd call it more of a tragedy than anything beautiful.
It could be a Shakespearean tragedy, in which case we're supposed to laugh at it.
Yeah.
It's more like watching an endless car pile up.
It just keeps happening.
Yeah, and it never really stops. And
But
you should feel bad, but eventually you're just morbidly curious and then kind of upset.
Because you became morbidly curious and now you just can't look away.
Pretty much.
I would look at that picture, Skeet, but then I would flash it at the stream, and I don't want to do that. Oh god. I need to get out of here. I'm just getting
If you want-
Huh?
If you want, I'll read it to you.
Sure, why the hell not?
Alright. My life, huh? Let's see. Well, I was abandoned by my mother when I was a boy in the middle of a graveyard. Meanwhile, some homosexual angels split me in half in a plot to get revenge. After she left me to fend for myself in the cruel world, I was ostracized by my people because of my wings and the ability to fly. I don't even know what the object of my affection really feels about me in spite of everything I do. What was that about telling me something when she got back? All she really says is Kasana and Sylvie. I really love her. You could bother with the real name, man. My other half turned out to be some beast boy whose every appearance becomes more painful to watch. My friend punched me in the face for not saving his girl, even though he was the one who couldn't sortie as a result of a misunderstanding with said girl. After finally getting to meet and speak with my mother, she admitted to me that she left me behind to be with my father at his home planet and to help his cause, and then died from falling off shortly afterward. My father, also the enemy commander, then died in front of me because of a wound inflicted on the other half after saying he did things in vain. Oh, yeah, did I mention I'm a reincarnation of Winged Beast in the original series that barely had 15 seconds of screen time, so that most people would have figured out my predecessor was.
Fun.
What is my life?
Well, okay. Let's deploy here, I guess. As good a spot as any.
This sounds like a fantastic series, whatever it is.
Aquarian is apparently a really fucking cliche series.
Good.
And weird.
You know, no. They can hold out. No, not the woman. I need to start using ammo shit. Because running out of energy is not good. It's not good at all.
No.
No, it's plenty good, so you keep doing that and I'll deal with something.
Things will get better eventually.
I don't remember this stage being this weird. You know what I just realized?
Yeah.
We did all that talk about Spider-Man, but didn't actually explain what the point was. Well, I guess they'll never know.
Do you want me to talk about it again?
If you want, yeah.
Alright, so basically the whole point of all that was, yeah, tomorrow a bunch of people are going to get together and commentate on some gameplay from the Spider-Man game on the PS1. The gameplay will be done by Mr. Dreamsword/Stan/Buttface here.
Yep. That's
And commentary will be done by an assorted group of people, including me. And Ryo, are you doing it?
yeah, he'll be there.
Okay, so he'll be doing it too. It's going to be real fun. No, it's not going to be streamed. I mean, it could be, but that would be weird.
It could be, but that'd be really tricky and more of a hassle to set up than I care for.
Yeah.
So,
So it's just going to be uploaded on YouTube.
pretty much. That way, our people can get supplied next turn.
Oh, is that why we're uploading it on YouTube?
Yeah, that's exactly why. Yep. You
They
got
really need their daily dose of complete random stupidity.
it. Yep.
It's the only way that they can power the everything.
It's the only way they can power the Archangel. I mean, how do you explain half the shit in Seed?
Well, they did blow themselves up.
But yeah, that was the whole point of our Spider-Man talk before we kind of got sidetracked by me. So,
Hey, I enjoyed it.
sorry about that, folks. Where's Mazengeyser? There you are. But yeah, Spider-Man PS1 game's really good. Like, most people when you talk Spider-Man, they usually think of Spider-Man 2 movie game, but, I don't know. The PS1 game is still my favorite. Even though replaying it, I can definitely see some of its lesser qualities, but I still like it. I guess we'll start from the ground up, so... Well, actually, no. Yeah, easy kills. Do this. I say she's also even super close, so this should give it. Nice. There you go. Oh wait, no, he isn't a super mode. What the hell? I must be blind. Okay. That's a boss. It's also a boss. Wow. Ain't that something? No, not close enough. Damn it. Okay. You're not exactly our best tank Argo, but you'll have to do. Park your ass there. And then there's a bunch of dudes up there, so let's send some dudes up there.
You know, it was a terrible idea.
Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yeah, but that's not what I was going for.
Oh, what?
Have you played Street Fighter 4 on the 3DS?
No, I haven't.
Okay. That's kind of good. Do you know about what the 3DS version lets you do?
Does it let you short moves to the touchpad?
Correct.
Figure.
Do you realize why this is a problem?
Instant moves. That's
Well, it's not just that. Tell me, what is the biggest limitation of charge characters?
that their moves are tricky to do.
Well, yes, but more so the fact that you have to charge them. As in, doing things like, a sonic boom while moving forward isn't particularly easy to do.
Yeah.
If in some cases downright impossible. Same thing with a flash kick.
Yeah.
Now imagine, Guile's just walking straight up to you, right? And you're like, oh, well, I know certain moves he can't do because he's holding forward right now. And then he flash kicks you.
Yeah.
Now you see the the absolute biggest problem with this game.
Yeah.
And also why Guile was insane, because he had all the power of a charge character with none of the execution barriers.
Yeah. I can definitely see why that's an issue.
Yeah. This came up recently in a conversation because how Ryu is looking to be in Smash 4 as DLC. So people were wondering, oh, one thing that sucks is that we won't be able to do, it just won't feel right doing like a Hadouken without doing the motion.
Yeah, I can see
It's almost like, well, I can do that. It's almost just like, oh god, it's going to remind me of Street Fighter 4 3DS. Everyone filled the screen with fireballs, and I was like, that wasn't even the worst part about that.
Yeah, that's not even.
Flash kick, flash kick, flash kick! Ah!
and you know what? To draw fire, Dracodius, you're just gonna kind of sit here. Yeah, no. There's any cover.
Ever since I got ad block, all the horny single women in my area seem to have lost interest.
And also, all those free iPhones you were getting are gone too.
Man, I used to win all these free Nintendo Wii's.
Congratulations, you are eligible. Oh my god, that shit.
I've stopped
Say
being the millionth
something.
visitor.
Say something.
Oh my
What?
god, fuck that. Oh. No.
It was so loud and it was everywhere. Just, oh my god.
Alright, we're topped off. Great. Fantastic job. So now, what we need to do... What's my opinion on fanfics? They're fine if they're written well. Pretty easy, isn't it?
Surset.
Surset of Derry Bacarl is one of the greatest fics ever written, so... Yeah. All fun and games is pretty fucking good, too. Not gonna lie.
What was that one with friggin' Light?
Light and Dark, The Adventures of Dark Yakumi, that one's pretty fucking great.
You know,
Yeah.
the one that doesn't actually star light at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Also,
never got
it's-
to see that one.
You should. Also, they say dark, but it's actually Duark.
Ah.
Oh my god, that fic is fucking... Like, that's the greatest piece of literature I've ever read. I'm not even joking. It is. Like, no joke.
Or if there's a TV Tropes drinking game attached to it.
There is.
I'll have to read that once I read the
It's
book.
pretty insane, though. You're probably not gonna live through it. I'm gonna tell you.
Well, I wouldn't attempt it because I know pretty much every single drinking game attached to like anything on TV Tropes will kill you in seconds.
Pretty much.
I wonder if there's a DBC drinking game attached there, and I wonder how quickly that will kill you.
Maybe.
Maybe the moment you read it, you die.
Ever hear about the Infinite Loop? I've heard about it, yeah. I don't know if I'd be interested in reading it or not, though. Let's see. Turbo Smasher is all we've got. That should be able to reach those, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. No support. Sweet. Get out of here. Great, Hime. Can you reach? Yes, you can. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Waiting to get shot down.
Let's try this again. Well, it did something at least. How about you, HK? You have any wonderful fix that you would like to talk about?
I can't seem to think of any right now. I know there was this one that I bring up every now and then that I can never remember the name of. It was actually a Kingdom Hearts fic. Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's this one that's centered around, like, I'm sure those of you are somewhat familiar with the Kingdom Hearts fan base. The fact that Org 13, everyone, you know, pretty much greened their pants than what they saw them.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of fic writers like to focus on certain characters because they're generally more, I guess, attractive. And it often come up with, you know, oh, one is dominant, one is submissive, etc., of using the terms seme and uke, because of course.
Of course.
And oftentimes, these fics would be completely and utterly just off base in terms of, you know, character personalities, changing them to suit their whims and their fantasies.
And Bosporat's gonna die. Oh
Yeah, see, it kills the boss Korra.
Yep.
So this fic is centered around the members of Org 13 deemed too unappealing to appear in fics all that often, if ever.
Huh.
For example, Lexaeus. Basically, everyone in the Org 13 is suddenly changing. They're developing all these odd habits and whatnot. Their personalities are changing, and turns out that they're turning into basically uke versions of themselves.
Oh lord.
And they have to go find out why. So they travel through the many worlds, going even to different like fictional, as dumb as it sounds, fictional fanfic worlds to figure out just what is happening and put a stop to it, all while battling the cliches of every fanfic world.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty fantastic. It was a pretty good read. I just wish I could remember the name of it. Let's see. Hold on a second.
These guys buzzing around me. Really annoying.
Found it. It's those lacking spines.
Ah.
And pretty much all of the titles are song title puns because, you know, you have to make fun of that aspect of bad fan fiction too.
Of course.
One of them is called "Smells Like Teenage Wasteland."
Of course.
It's pretty fantastic.
Only 34%. Fuck. Well, I can have Toya first, well, you know what? Why not? Let's see if it actually works.
Do it, Toya, and he just dies.
That's impossible.
Like, the attack doesn't even hit him. It misses him, and then he just slowly crumples.
Apparently the dude who wrote Infinite Loops, which from what I understand is popular, is doing a novelization of J, according to Skeet. I might have to check that out.
Huh, that's interesting, actually. I have this weirdest problem where audio posts on Tumblr don't actually play for me. Like, they play, and the bar moves and everything like that, but no sound happens.
That's strange.
It's disappointing. How else can I listen to the funny things that Crocodile posts?
Indeed.
Considering, you know, I basically keep an eye on his Tumblr, your Tumblr, and then one other person's Tumblr.
You actually look at my shitty Tumblr? What?
On occasion, I do.
Why?
I don't know, because sometimes you read blog things that are interesting.
I guess. So...
Also because you specifically say don't follow me, and so I don't follow you, but I instead just keep an eye on the Tumblr anyway.
Loophole abuse.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun.
Oh hey Throg, what's up? Been a while, dude. Okay. So I should go hold out. Everyone's probably just gonna go, oh no.
Yeah.
Why didn't he get hit?
Shut up.
Come on, that was basically 1 in 5.
It happened.
Sadly.
You know what, let's turn this on. Since I forgot to last time. Oh, the guy who had it. Oh. Well, then I probably don't want to watch it because the novelization will probably be filled with Tetsuya bashing. So, sorry to say, yeah.
But don't you want to see all the obnoxious Tetsuya bashing?
No.
Why not?
Boss, how you doing?
You're not doing too good.
Yeah, you're not doing